Anyways, we're going to be continuing with Visions of Eternity. Where we last left off, we found out that the Inquest are on the move again, and they've been going to a place called Castora, which they've been experimenting on the wildlife and also looking for something of interest here. And our journey has taken us here. And we've also infiltrated a Inquest base, trying to figure out exactly what is going on. Learned that they have a new head honcho at the Inquest. And now we're in the second map of this expansion, which is the Starlit Weald. It's very pretty. So, like I said last time, I did go ahead, took care of any like collection-based stuff that was required to be done during the story, along with like any mastery stuff. So that will expedite the story a little bit. It may take out a little bit of context, but that's fine. I've also, you know, went ahead and did a little bit of grinding for any tokens. Not on this character, but a different character.
Oh, I do hope they're being careful with those samples. Each one is absolutely vital to the collection.
We're still getting everything put together here, Commander. Haven't had much time yet.
I'd say we're well within acceptable parameters.
Bigger problem is going to be managing all of our friends. Not sure everyone has the same reasons for being here.
There are definitely some tensions, but nothing we can't smooth over. Well, nothing you can't smooth over, Commander.
You may have gotten out of this one, but this'll be every day for you on the Captain's Council.
Why do you think I came alone?
New character. Actually, this is an old character that I played in a previous, I think a previous expansion or story during one of the other Guild Wars. Yeah, it was when I was playing a Virtusio. This is the same Mesmer, just spec'd as a Troubadour, which is one of the new elite specs in this expansion. With a new haircut and some very nice looking clothing. I kind of rotate between characters between expansions to keep it fresh. John Theorwild's was my Necromancer, which was Auric. I don't remember what I played as a Soto. I think I might have been Thief. My Thief.
Wayfinder, good. They respect you, at least. Your presence should prove helpful.
Having trouble balancing all the factions here, Colonel?
To put it mildly, they're all focused on their own objectives, but we have higher priorities to handle first. For starters, this camp is hardly what I'd call secure. What if the Inquest were to attack? We also just need more intel about our surroundings and potential dangers. We know next to nothing about this place.
I'll see if I can take care of a few of those problems for you. Just try to keep them away from each other's throats.
Alright, so we gotta go around and find some people. But yeah, I really like the Troubadour. A lot of people were enjoying the Ritualist. You styling on me? How dare. Here's one. Wow. Wait, hold on. It's good to be back in the forest again. If I squint, it almost seems like home. The size of some of these trees would make them fit right in with those in Echovald. Have you gotten a view from higher up? Briefly. I'm still mapping out paths for traversing the canopy between perches. Do any perches have good sight lines to see approaching dangers? Several, yes. When I'm finished, I'll head back to camp and give a full report to Colonel Ref. I will say, like, in all honesty, this place kind of gives a similar vibe to how Caledon Forest was, which is in the base game, which is right next to the Pale Tree where all the Sylvari are. But it's definitely much more mystical looking. Which I'm very surprised we still haven't gotten back to the Pale Tree just yet.
So, that's all it is.
She's still in a coma.
A small investment now to cover our transportation costs. Then, once we get back to the mainland, we can pay you back triple what you
Let's see. Vigil Scout. It's just kind of like sweep the area and whatnot. Try to find, if you can see like a, green star. But yeah, I've already completed the expansion off stream as my antiquarian, which is my thief. Because I was working on the collections on that character. And yeah, the last one was a doozy because it required finding the grottos in the first map. And some of the stuff in this map that I had to go find wasn't so bad, but like the grottos was pretty bad because it was pretty maze-like in the water. And the camera angles were very disorientating. You couldn't go into first person, which is kind of weird. At least you can't go first person while riding a mount. Yeah, it won't let you.
I sense your inner strength.
Commander, good to see you. This forest really is something, isn't it? Especially the creatures. What sort of creatures have you encountered? Some of them are familiar, like Moas, but others I've never seen before. One was a great armored beastie. It reminded me of those adorable bristlebacks I once saved. Anything else? I don't think they're the only large creatures stalking this forest. Based on some tracks I saw, be careful out there. Large, probably dangerous wildlife. Got it.
Infuriating! Wow, look at that.
Oh, this is part of the heart. See, that's the good old ADHD just taking the wheel for just like a quick moment. I'm sure I probably have to do this heart for the story eventually. Also, there's pineapple choya in this expansion too, and they look really silly, but they also look really great. I think it's near this area too. Yeah, in the winding passage. I still gotta get the tonic for it. It's gonna be a lot of money to get the tonic. Because it's not only just like map token currency, but it's also 100 gold. Which is a lot for an endless tonic, but you know, it's worth the price if you use that kind of stuff. I saw you. There you are. We're certainly a long way from Alona now, but despite that, I somehow spotted a choya. A choya? Here, are you sure? It looked more like a fruit than a cactus, but trust me, I'd recognize those chittering voices and that waddling gait anywhere. Maybe we should try to make contact and see what they know. Well, it headed north, so maybe that's where they're living. Spent enough time with Narcisse on our voyage to know she'll be interested in this. Yeah, I bet she will. You stop fighting. Calm down. Listen to my loot. Now let's see let's sidetrack to the choya because I like that. There's also a event in this map where you save a Choya from the inquest, and its name is Project Fruit Punch. So you can imagine what the inquest were planning to do to that poor Choya. Here they are. Look at them. They're so spiky. They're definitely a lot easier to look at than the regular Choya. Here's another one. Also in the grotto, there's also shark cats. But they don't look exactly what you expect them to be. They look like hammerheads. We got one more to find down. There I go, being sidetracked again. All right. Yeah, there's really not much. Unfortunately, when they took down FanForge, there was a lot of like Guild Wars merchandise that could just kind of ended up disappearing, which is a shame because there was like one coffee mug that I really liked and it was shaped like a Quaggan. Very sad I never got that. Yeah, they turned the Choya into pineapples. Also, hi Lainey, welcome on in. You can also turn into one too if you get the potion. Where is the scout? How's the new expansion? It's very good. A very solid start. Which makes me kind of worried because the past two expansions had a pretty solid start, but also not a very good finish. But I'm hopeful, because I already know what's gonna happen at the end of this act. But I won't spoil. That's why we're streaming it. So that we can enjoy the story together. As soon as I can find the scout. Where is... There you are. Ah, Wayfinder. Good. I've been tracking the rivers in the area, and they might prove easier travel for us than slogging through dense forest. Oh? What have you found? Well, I'm still charting a layout of the waterways, but it's looking promising. Although, I did encounter some inquest presence along the river north of here. They can use the rivers for travel too, of course.
Well, things are calmer around camp for now. Guess I should make sure everyone is doing okay out in the field.
Which could leave us vulnerable. You raise a strong point. I'll send a request to the Colonel for structured skimmer patrols so we aren't caught by surprise.
Excuse me!
Keep up a good work, Trima. Well, thank you for the follow. Yeah, I think, I've noticed that happen a couple times, especially on my own end. If you don't, I guess what happens is that if you don't watch someone long enough, or like for a while, they just kind of unfollow you, which is really weird. I've noticed that's like a consistent issue across like any platform, where like a small hiccup like that, and it's just like, oh yeah, you never followed them. Weird. But you good. I've seen you lurking around, but I'm not going to call you out on it. That's rude. In this household, we appreciate the lurkers. And now I gotta put a prop on my head. Hold on. You know what? We had a dance party earlier on, so we're gonna do the little dancing guy. There we go. You know what? Shoulder or head? We'll do head. Safer that way. Yeah, same here. I try to be a little bit more active in other people's channels and whatnot. Sometimes I just end up vibing and just kind of having it in the background, or end up doing other stuff. As you can tell, I can also get very easily distracted.
Oh, Commander, how delightful. You've come to the right place. The magic is absolutely overflowing here. This place is defined by magic. It permeates everything. The plants, the animals, even the soil itself. We need to understand it better to know what we'll face here. Perhaps you can gather some samples.
Yeah. That's what I like about streaming. I like to be the type of content you could just have in the background while you're doing other stuff. It's nice and relaxing. We're just here for a good time. Also, I don't know if you've been on lately, but they're doing an event for Nashblade where you can get a few free stuff, including some equipment templates and some keys, some free keys. In case you haven't logged in recently and collected those. You might have to also do the adventure inside the vault in Lion's Arch to get like some of the token stuff. To get the keys, and also some materials too. It costs materials and special little papers. But I did get very lucky on some of the free keys and got a flax node for the home instance. Along with a neat cape. But don't do the gambling. Don't actually invest in buying the keys. Get the free keys. Where is the other stuff? It's just anywhere out here. Okay. It's not just this particular spot. Unfortunately, the flax node does not give out that much. It only gives out like one piece of flax, which is pretty not good, but flax is flax. And it's very needed for crafting. Oh no. Oh no, that's a lot of bleed.
Fangs out, blade sharp.
I know the usual, like, farming spots for it, but it's still kind of like, you still kind of have to go out of your way to get to them. And it can yield, like, around, like, enough to get, like, the oil. For, like, each spot.
6 feet tall.
Also, in terms of like the Guardians pack, I have not personally tried it, but I've been seeing a lot of it in PvP. It's very solid. I'd say that if you enjoyed Dragon Hunter, I think you might enjoy the Luminary. But right now, I've only played in depth the Antiquarian, which I made a condition build out of, and then my Troubadour, which is my quickness DPS build. Still haven't tried a more in-depth Ritualist or any of the other ones just yet. I still have to unlock all the others on the other ones. Ranger, I never really bother with Ranger. I'm just not a big fan of, like, controlling pets. Yeah. Well, that's a good thing about, like, the hero points is that you could just use them on whatever you want. I like that. So, like, if you didn't want to invest in, like, the previous expansion's elites, you can just use it on the ones that you like. There it is.
Beautiful, but I'm completely threatened by this place.
Oh, I still need one
Keep your
more.
eyes up,
Shoot.
Commander.
But yeah, I've only seen how the specs do in PvP, and like Luminary's kind of a monster, but it still suffers from the same issue as Dragon Hunter, which is if you just keep kiting around, they don't do that much damage. Just don't get stun locked. I don't see many Troubadours, so I feel like I'm kind of in a good surprise spot where like people don't expect you to really do much, but like the Troubadour has a lot of good stuns in their kit built in.
Hopefully this will help.
This is wonderful, Commander. I'll get right to work.
I've seen a few of the Paragon here and there. A few Ritualists. I see a lot of Amalgams. Amalgams are pretty scary. They're just incredibly tanky. And I used to play a lot of like Engineer, Scrapper, Bunker when I was first working on my legendary backpack. That was tanky too, but Amalgam's far more tankier in my opinion.
I can't say it's much of a surprise to see you skulking around, Ember.
A tiger can't change its stripes, Commander. We're trying to get a network of listening devices set up to keep track of the inquest. And anyone else who might be moving around out here. You already know what I'm gonna ask.
All right, but only because it's you. I'll see if I can find some good spots for them.
They don't ask pretty please, they're just like, come on, we know you're the errand boy of Tyria. You gotta do it. Like, alright, fine. I guess I'll do it.
Vengeance stirred within her heart.
Battle signs.
But yeah, I've stated this before, but like they fixed the reason why it took so long to like stream this, because I didn't do a day one stream of this, is because they had a audio glitch with the music ducking whenever you had any of these instruments out. And it was pretty bad. You couldn't enjoy any of the nice music of the expansion as a Troubadour. But thankfully they fixed it. Really wish this wasn't a very back and forth part.
Infuriated. Accelerated.
Now, I did hear that, like, and I didn't really play the Troubadour during the beta, but, like, apparently, like, the music played, I think it played, like, notes from, like, the theme, like, the main game's theme, but I guess they decided against it.
Vitality restored.
And decided to change it into something a little bit more ambiguous? I mean, it's much more audible as this. I can imagine, like, the alternative is probably maybe a bit more quiet or subtle. But it's also kind of like, you know how, like, the Mesmer portals play the music box version of the theme song backwards. Alright, well, take care. Thank you for stopping on by. Let's give you a nice little shout out. From one Guild War person to another. And also a very quality streamer. This one's for you, Miscellaneous. But do not call her Missy. Exactly, it is very illegal. Oh right, I need another one of these. Another one.
Hey, Wayfinder, you can handle a skimmer, right?
No, I can't. I don't have a license for this thing. I barely know what I'm doing. I'm sorry, I can't help you. You're gonna have to get a different person, please. I'm busy. All right. Let's see what we got in here.
Make sure the damn thing is weakened. I don't want it attacking us while we're transporting it back.
I do not have combat functionality.
What's going on here?
Found some kind of special inquest golem not far from their base. Followed it out into the woods, then disabled it.
Seems like it's got a bunch of unique parts. Gotta be worth a fortune. Shut up, Zeke, you stupid dog.
You're going to sell it? To whom? The Inquest? The Priory?
Seems to be able to think on its own. Someone will pay big for that.
Did you ever think that might make it valuable to us? We're not selling it.
What? That ain't your call. We earned this payday fair and square.
Look, Commander, I respect you, but you've got to understand. We don't work for free. I'm happy to give you the golem. It'd save me the trouble of lugging it around. But you gotta compensate us. You don't want to be relying on angry sailors, trust me.
What will it take?
Gold is always
All
good.
right, how much?
But if you left your money at home, you could always find us something else to sell.
So in this part, I just straight up bought it for the finder's fee, but we're gonna try to find the piece instead. All right, look, this golem is worth plenty, even if it takes a while to sell it. So if you want it, you better give us something worthwhile in return. What if I find you something else that'd be easier to sell? If you can find something valuable enough, then sure. Ideally, something a little easier to lug around too, you know? Golems are heavy. Let me see what I can find. Yeah, last time I paid, I think it was like, what, 5 to 10 gold? Which is like, oof. That is a pretty penny. What about this?
Hey, Wayfinder, you can handle a skimmer, right? I got assigned to collect magic samples out here.
This targeting control module seems to have been accidentally dropped by a member of the Inquest. A top quality component like this would probably fetch for a good price. Maybe I can convince Kiango to accept this instead of PTM. Fellas, what do you think PTM stands for? I think it stands for Pretty Tubular Machine. Here. Is this good enough for you? I'll trade this top-end targeting control module for the golem.
Here. This targeting control module should be worth plenty. And it's a lot easier to carry, too.
I suppose it'll do. Fine. The golem's yours.
Yeah, just take the copper out of it.
Thanks.
Just strip the copper out of the machine. That's the, you know, the more worthwhile part.
Well, you weren't cheap. What can you tell me about the inquest here?
I am PTM, otherwise known as Prototype Machine. No, that's not it. Was it Party Time Mech?
I like Party Time Mech.
Focus, PTM. I need info about the inquest.
I apologize. It seems I have been damaged by your friends. That is kind of you to say. I must return to base for repairs.
You speak dog?
No, I don't think that's a good idea. We have people here who can fix you.
I'm afraid I require special equipment for maintenance. Otherwise, I would be happy to assist you.
Well, then you just stay put, and I'll go get the equipment. But then you're going to tell me what you know, got it?
That is an agreeable arrangement.
Hey RQ, welcome on in. RQ, what do you think PTM stands for? In the context of a golem. This boy needs a name. Help him.
I'll need to use the caches lying around here to
Yep.
remain unseen.
Yeah, PTM. Yes. The golem does not remember its own name. Only the initials. And this is a sneaking mission. Last time I think I just killed all the guards. Shit, oh shit. Oh no. Come on, that's not fair. Okay, I guess I'm killing everybody in the base then. The Golem T rock dude. What does the T stand for? Theodore? The Golem Theodore Maroc dude.
Health increasing.
I'm getting pretty tired of being stuck on watch. Why aren't Seb's experiments doing this work for us?
Are you insane?
The space is silent.
People. I don't want them anywhere near me.
I mean, it is pretty quiet out there. Sound doesn't travel out in space. What's upstairs? They can't talk.
Hangs out. Blade sharp.
I swear, seeing Ratchet slaying or serving, understanding what I'm looking at, it's pretty great. I like it. Oh wait, I'm not supposed to be up here. I still have one turret left. Yesified. I gotta figure out a way to like.
Ah, the AC
I gotta play with
defense grid. Beautiful and deadly. There must be a grounded power source for it nearby.
I gotta play around with like a chat on screen sometime. That is definitely on my to-do list. I have big plans for this December. The question is, will I have time to execute all of them all at once? Before the year ends. We'll find out. But it is definitely on the to-do list. For a way to disable. Isn't that just in here? Yeah, it's in here.
Health increasing.
Did you get in here? Those wordless guards. When I'm finished with you, they're next.
The mad scarlet yacht. Council held times most dire. Her vigil unshaken. Health increasing.
Okay, I don't want to be in the stun circle.
Over here.
Need to play more MMOs. I think back then, so stuck in RuneScape, missed out on other games. I mean, I do recommend this one. It is free to play up to level 60. So if that's a good selling point.
6 feet tall.
I've played a lot of like Korean MMOs when I was a kid. Obviously MapleStory was one of them. There was a couple of others that I don't remember.
Blade sharp.
But I get what you mean. I miss out on WoW because of the fact that my parents looked at that subscription service and said that's a scam. And didn't do it. RuneScape I gave a try, but it didn't click with me.
Vengeance stirred within her heart.
I think it was because like I was getting like pretty... All of my friends were into like the crafting and like market stuff, and I was just like, oh, this, I just want to hit stuff with my sword. Also, you... Getting stunned by you once is a death sentence. Didn't need to download the web client. Alright. Like I said, I only took like a very small peek at it. And the only things I ever saw in the game was just people standing around trying to sell stuff.
The mad scarlet yacht. Vengeance stirred within her heart.
Yeah, I'm not very fond of this fight. It's because I'm like very glass cannon built. And also I don't have like the best healing equipped. It's a very passive healing. Speaking of healing, the antiquarian like condition build, or just like any condition build, and you use the biomancer relic, that thing will heal you really quickly, because the biomancer relic basically, whenever you apply bleed or torment, I believe, you heal a little bit. And if you have dagger, the third ability for dagger, which applies like a lot of bleed, it's a very quick emergency heal.
Let's get. I feel 6 feet tall.
Yeah, that's heal yourself whenever you summon an illusion. So you heal a little bit whenever whenever you use any of the instruments, since that's the illusion. Or if I summon a phantasm, which is my 4. All right. What do we got in here?
Where is everyone?
It is an incalculable delight to finally meet you, Commander. Your reputation precedes you, as I fear mine must precede me. I think you'll find me quite unlike the tales you've heard. I won't waste your time with trivialities. Both of us are far too busy for that.
There he is.
You to help me save our world.
Our big bad for this expansion.
What do you mean?
Locks.
I wish I had time to explain everything now, but Kuda's guards are closing in. We can't be seen together. Not yet. Suffice it to say, I am not your enemy. If anything, I am your sincerest admirer. You represent what we are at our best. Materia will face many more trials in the years to come. We need more like you if we're going to be ready. We can't do that while all the power rests in the hands of those like Isgarin. It's time to return Tyria's destiny to the hands of her people.
But why Castora? What are you looking for?
Isgarin really hasn't told you what was hidden here. Or the Council, what they sent me here to find.
Council? It is with considerable excitement that we await the results of our joint venture.
This? More readily than you can imagine.
Oh.
And they'd have kept it from you forever. They can't be
Not
trusted.
gonna even let me read it.
Neither can Isgarin. I will tell you more when I can. Take this comms device and anything else you need. A token of friendship.
Yeah, I don't trust that easily.
We secured the perimeter and you can't be here!
Does not even care if I beat up his lackeys.
That'll silence you.
I gotta say, Vlox's face is like... I don't know, it's kind of weird looking on him.
An intruder in the base. Reinforcements are on their
It's
way.
very, there's an uncanniness to it.
Don't fail.
Meanwhile, some of the fan art I've seen of that character is also like pretty good too.
Increasing. Hands out. Blade sharp.
A red spy in the base. We need to protect the briefcase. Wait a minute, no, this is... If there's a red spy in this base, that means that it's an inquest. I'm a blue spy. No, actually I'm purple. What if it was purple?
Why won't anyone help me?
I mean, Mesmer is pretty much just a magical spy.
Stirred within her heart. Council held times most dire.
Oh, I gotta find that. It's not just... It's not just, fight these guys to the death. It's get your shit and get out. I forgot. There we go. Okay, I'm out here.
There's something terribly sad.
I gotta go all the way out here. By the way, we have not heard back from Miss Garin either. He's been radio silent ever since we got here.
Hey, Wayfinder, you can handle a skimmer, right?
No.
I got assigned to collect magic samples out here, and I'm in over my head. Any you could grab for me would be a big help.
So, that's all it is. We just need a small investment now to cover our transportation costs.
I should probably also eat food and primer.
To the mainland.
And a primer. While doing this. Probably after this story beat. Alright, here you go.
Don't worry, Zeke. I'm not going to hurt him.
According to an index search, my name is Pro Tour Matthew. That can't be right.
Maybe you should power down while I do this.
Pro Tour Matthew? That's my favorite sports video game. BTM is now in a powered down state, ready for repair procedures to be started. Let's see if we can get you working properly again. What? There
Now
we go.
you're an expert in Golomancy, Commander. Where do you even find the time?
I studied Golomancy in college, you know. I'm surprised you're all the way out here. What about the pub?
Funny prop.
Delegation is the mark of great leaders,
All right.
Commander. You could stand to do more of it yourself.
Let's start now. You make sure nobody bothers the golem while it reboots, and I'll go update the others.
Hoist by my own petard.
There you go. One bunny prompt. I'm gonna be very well decorated by the end of the stream, aren't I?
Ritlock, Saida, are you there?
Yeah, we're here.
Find anything useful?
You could put it that way. I ran into Vlox.
The inquest leader? This sounds like a pretty good lead. What did you find out?
I think I have more questions than when I started. He's certainly not what I was expecting.
Right when you told me to hydrate, I was already hydrating.
Fill us in when you get the chance.
I am ahead of the
Seems
curve.
Your new friend has finished rebooting, and thus my duties here are discharged.
Maybe you should go join Saida and Ritlock up north. I'll be there shortly.
Ah yes, of course. Someone has to keep those miscreants out of trouble.
Have your cognitive faculties been repaired?
Indeed. My systems have been repaired, and I can now officially introduce myself as Prime... At any rate, I am pleased to assist you with any questions you may have.
Fritzer, what do you think PTM stands for? What can I assist you with? What can you tell me about Vlox's past?
He served in various posts within the Inquest prior to assuming the directorship. These include as a lead field researcher and originally as a golemancer. Before that, he was a hydrological engineer in Radasum until... Records show he filed several official warnings about the structural integrity of the Magus Dam before it collapsed. The Arcane Council formally dismissed these warnings and barred him from taking any action himself. That is the end of his time in Radasum. There is a gap between that and his time with the Inquest, but no records of it are available.
Prime time marinades. That's a good one. What is Vlox searching for specifically?
None of the orders issued to the crews specified any object by name or description. However, each of the assigned search locations is associated with the Seers. The status for each objective is still listed as open, so the desired objects must not be collected yet. That is all of the information I have security clearance to access.
Part-time manager, that's a good one too.
I apologize that I haven't expounded further, Commander. Working with the Inquest necessitates a level of secrecy.
Why work with the Inquest at all?
The Inquest are the only tool that was available. A hammer is a cruel instrument, but we would struggle to build without it. We just need to know when to put it down. I'm using an evil thing to do good, and destroying the evil in the process.
But what are you planning to do? You still haven't told me.
When you peered into the eternal alchemy, you saw all the paths laid out before you. Yes, our possible futures. I am trying to prepare Tyria for what's to come. To do that, we have to remove the impediments to individuals like you. If we continue to let Iskaran and the Tyrian Alliance make our decisions, we won't survive.
I think you should come and work with us then. We can improve things together.
I trust you entirely, Commander. But I can't say the same for your friends. Continue on your path for now. I don't intend to stop you. But do think on what I've said. We'll speak again soon.
Now this is a find.
What do you got to say, part-time manager? You're an unusual golem for the Inquest to have here. Who built you?
According to my internal registry, curious. It's not corrupted data. It just appears no one ever filled it out. Engineers are often quite busy, however, so some gaps in documentation are expected. But my primary purpose is intact, and that is to provide companionship and constructive feedback. Ah, yes, that is what my name stands for. Platonic Time... I will remember eventually. No, unfortunately it has to start with P, T, and M. That would have been a good guess otherwise.
I see that you and Zeke are getting along well.
I knew I'd
Very
achieve
well.
this.
It is fortunate that I arrived when I did to protect him from those brigands. This is a dangerous place for a young gentleman like him to be without a proper escort. He is also nearly as adept at companionship as I am. One should never let one's ego grow too large, Zeke.
Look at him. A gentleman. Alright, so we got ads incoming. Very dapper indeed. We got ads incoming, so we're gonna take a quick BRB for 3 minutes. We'll be right back. You know the rules, don't buy anything. Oh shoot, I was muted. Thank you for catching that, I forgot. But yeah, just to reiterate, I'm back with coffee and water. We took the scenic route, and I was pointing out that like this map actually kind of looks more prettier during the day than night. And I think it's because like the ambient glow sticks out more during the day. And it feels more muted. Personally. I'm sure there's some spots that like the colors are probably more fleshed out during the night. Like right over here.
It's incredible. The magic is so strong here. The ley line streams actually...
But that's just, you know, that's just my opinion. Could be my graphics settings too, but yeah.
Well, Commander, it sounds from your story like you've got yourself another admirer.
Makes no difference to me what Vlox claims to want. He's the target all the same.
Makes some difference. I definitely understand what he's saying. Not hard to imagine a better Tyria than the one we have.
Oh, come on, Ritlock. He's leading the inquest. Have you seen what Zeb is doing?
Remove every monster from the legions, and there'd be no legions left. Same goes for the Sly crew.
That's not a fair... I mean, we don't even know if he's telling the truth.
If I may interject as the resident ex-radical of this ensemble, it seems clear that Vlox believes what he's saying. There would be easier paths to power if he didn't. The real question is what he's willing to do for his ideals.
Got any insight on this, Commander?
I think we need more information. We can judge Vlox's motivation once we know what his plan is.
A thought on that. Those monstrosities that Seb has been creating are clearly controlled remotely. That means there's some kind of connection there we might be able to get some information from. So, is harvesting cybernetic reptile brains outside your wheelhouse, Commander?
Is anything at this point?
There is much to do, friend. Our camp welcomes your aid.
Alright, so we gotta collect some data banks from the augmented dinosaurs. Which, by the way, look really cool, and I hope that they make mounts out of them. Along with other Inquest-themed creatures. I mean, there is like the Synergetics skimmer, or whichever school it is. I know they also made one of the Raptor, but it's not like this direct model. They definitely did not reuse the model, I don't think. Also, all these are veterans, so they're a little bit tougher to take out. Let me actually look. Let me check. Let me consult the Mount archives. Yeah, there's the Synergetics hover bike, which just turns the skimmer into a hover bike. Yeah, it's all Synergetics. Synergetics Cyberscale. That looks really neat. Cyberhound, which I think is the Jackal. Gyrocycle, that's just a motorcycle of the roller beetle. Which, I'm gonna say this again. I really want the Char Tank as the roller beetle skin. What a missed opportunity that is. The Char can't have shit in Tyria. Because I love their junk punk aesthetic. They gave us the Char helicopter as like a glider for some reason. But no Char car? Come on.
Vengeance stirred within her heart. Council held times most dire.
That's right. Get in the water, short circuit. Turn to your allies, look over the data banks together.
This place is pretty incredible. Think Newt would ever host the great hunt out here?
This is quite a haul you've got here, Commander. Let's see what I can get out of them.
Let me know when you find something. In the meantime, there are more creatures out there that need to be dealt with.
Holding pods tampered with. So we gotta go back out there and deal with the holding pods. Which I'm kind of surprised he didn't just say, yeah, just work on the heart while he's doing that. Even though that this particular heart in the area is a little bit rough to deal with because of how very little progress it gives on everything. There it is.
Oaths and lessons never forsaken. Use the spider wart, tempting iron. Fervent, unshaken. Assistance!
Yeah, this is...
Look who's back.
how many veterans are here? They keep spawning from this thing? Like 3 or 4? That's pretty rough to deal with. And then you also have, you know, the regular creatures that kind of spawn here. At least it's rough for like a, you know, glass cannon build. There's 2 over there. It looks like every circled area has 2 holding pods, so... Yep. And they're very close together. Oh, we're missing out on the Choya races. Darn. Look at all these raptors. Hey, Misla, welcome on in. Good afternoon. We're trying to help the wildlife not become robots. Or cyborgs, I guess, technically.
Able to find, but he headed south with Saida. Seems like there's a lot of inquest in some ruins down there. Might want to catch up with them before they get in over their heads.
That's over here. We will fly there. I will say that even though they nerfed the slipstream boost, it still does pretty good on traveling, especially combined with the Bond of Vigor. I'm just gonna wait for it to go on cooldown. Okay, that did not work as planned. Oh, did I overshoot it? Okay. Is it all the way up here? Hmm. Oh, it's all the way down there. Okay. Well, I'm gonna grab this vista anyway. Show off the nice scenery. Look at that. Orbs. Waiting to be pondered. Nope. Better luck next time. Remember, 95% of people that quit on the wheel right when they're about to strike big.
We're talking about the inquest.
And once they'd have said, do you hear yourself? We're talking about Canuck. You have to at least consider the possibility that your enemy is making a good point.
Well, we can be sure there's no inquest in earshot, or you'd have been ambushed already. Found anything yet?
Not yet, but we have to be close. Lead the way.
More intruders!
More test subjects.
You know, even if his intentions aren't good, and I don't believe they are, that doesn't excuse working with the inquest. Having a worthy cause doesn't mean you can just join up with a bunch of violent criminals.
My dear, you are a pirate captain.
He makes a good point. Like, you're looking at it like, we're not gonna join with the mad scientists. They do crime, and I'm like, yeah, we're also pirates.
So what are you proposing we do, Canuck? Just take Vlox at his word?
I'm merely suggesting we don't need to slam that door shut. Perhaps we can work with him. It'd certainly be easier, no?
Vitality restored!
But like the issue is that, you know, the mad scientist angle, like, you will commit crimes against humanity in all sorts to get what you want. You will dabble into the unethical science
Looks like the Priory
to get the
has got themselves in
results.
trouble here.
And who better than us to get them out?
But at the same time, like, Canuck is also trying to propose, like, see what they're trying to do and then stop them when they're about to commit something really bad. You must activate the trap in order to see how the trap works.
The spider wart! Tempting fire!
Thank the Six for you, Commander. They've been interrogating us for hours and didn't care for our answers.
What were they trying to find out?
They kept asking about the artifact, but they wouldn't specify which one they meant. We've examined so many already, how could we possibly know which one they were looking for? But they wouldn't listen.
Do you need help getting back to camp?
Respectfully, it's more important we resume our work. Can't let them scare us away. Our camp isn't far from here anyhow.
I suppose we should do some looking around ourselves?
Alright, let's see what we got here.
Their artifact collection task is certainly incomplete.
But they certainly weren't short on time. These must not have seemed important to them.
There are 3 different types of arcane scanners here, but not a single brush or chisel.
They weren't studying these to figure out their history or function. They're just testing for how much magic they exude.
They're not here to study the seers, clearly. They're looking for powerful magic.
And it sounds like they might have a specific object in mind.
Let's see what else we can find here.
If only we had a powerful seer in our disposal that would be able to tell us what exactly the heck is going on. Where the fuck is this going?
A broken seer tablet. It says something about a ritual site, but not what it was for.
I'm sure they got up to all sorts of rituals around here.
Maybe there's one that's more important than the others? Anyone's guess as to what it would be, though.
6 feet tall!
Well, at least someone dealt with a few of them for us.
Doubt it was the Priory. There must still be seer defenses active around here.
Which suggests something important was kept here.
Why is it that everything wants to kill you?
Oh, hey, a magical sword. Ow.
Vitality restored! Adolescence never forsaken. Accelerate! I'm nigh invincible.
I definitely did not have enough CC to break its bar. Let's see. What else do we got here? What's this?
Such ornate grandiosity. I should really copy this style for something.
Unfortunately, I'm not sure it tells us much about what this place was.
Ooh, maybe we can have it as an homestead item for decoration. Or I could probably recreate it somehow.
Don't worry about me, Commander. I don't get rattled that easily.
Glad to hear it. What have you figured out about this place and the Seers?
We're honestly overwhelmed with the amount of raw information here. It's gonna take some time to draw conclusions from it. Right now, we're just focused on gathering everything up before the inquest can get to it. But if you want to know more about the Seers in general, you should talk to Melissa. No one in Tyria knows more about them than her.
Well, it's clear that the Inquest are searching for a specific artifact, but we're still in the dark about what it is. Maybe this Melissa can shed some light on it?
I believe our scholarly friend was a tad mistaken, though. There is someone in Tyria who knows more about the Seers.
It's worth a try, at least. Iskarin, are you there? We need your expertise immediately. I guess I'll have to seek out mortal insight instead.
Where in the world is Iskarin, the wizard?
No secrets to uncover, just standing around here.
I'm looking for historian Melissa. Is she around here?
She's on an excavation around here somewhere. But honestly, we're too swamped for me to go look for her. While you wait for her, maybe you can assist us with getting things settled here? It'd be a big help.
Alright, now we have to do a heart. I thought it was going to be the other camp, but no, it's this one. Which I could easily do by... Hey, have some of these. They're very tasty heart-shaped cookies. Delicious, right? We're friends now. Oh, what's that? I still gotta do a few things? That's okay. I don't mind. Only a few things, not a lot of things.
Vitality restored! Fangs out! Blade sharp!
Oh, you're just preparing. You're not quite ready to fight me.
I've 6 deep
Unless this is a glitch, I don't know.
Vitality restored!
Yes, yes. Into excavation, research, or defense. Oh, sorry, Commander. I'm a bit overwhelmed here. We need to collect and decontaminate artifacts, deal with the inquest in our camp, and skimmers too.
Okay, now we can fight the champion. There you are.
Shield to the bone! 6 feet tall! I carry the weight. Tension stirs within her heart. Preserve us. The mad scar is yucked. The air thick falls my bones. I'm nigh invincible. Both and lessons never forsaken. Still, one must take the victories afforded to them, however small. Rare and valuable.
Alright, back to the story.
You're a lifesaver, Commander. And right on time, too. I just saw Melissa get back to her tent a minute ago.
This is a welcome surprise. Is there something I can help you with, Commander?
Historian Melissa, I'm familiar with your work. You're our resident seer expert.
What passes for one. We still know so little about them. What we've learned here so far already surpasses everything we knew before.
I'm trying to figure out what they were doing here that the Inquest are so interested in. Any ideas?
Well, we're still working on that, unfortunately. But I have a map of some of the locations we haven't had a chance to excavate yet. You can probably gather them quicker than I would, but I'm happy to tell you everything I can about them once you do.
I'm sorry. I don't have much more to tell you, Commander. Unfortunately, archaeology just takes time. Would you like me to run down what I've learned at least? Do you know historian Trannon, expert on Shadowstone? Of course. It's a shame he couldn't join us here in person, but I look forward to discussing all of our findings with him soon. I'm sure he can't wait. Sure, it couldn't hurt. Well, Seers were a very magical aligned culture, and there's evidence that their creation surpassed anything we've seen since. Prior to Castora, we assumed none of it had survived. Go on. But here, evidence of it abounds, and what we've found suggests a culture focused on ascending higher and higher. They seem to have elevated their culture to a religious level of reverence even. Interesting. And here on Castora, we're seeing signs that there was a hierarchy of ascension within the culture as well. They allude to a path to a highest level walked only by the most deserving. And what was at the end of it? Well, that's a big question, isn't it? Whatever it was, Castora was the center of it. But they abandoned this place entirely rather than let anyone else have it. Really makes you think. It does indeed.
This is incredible, Commander. I could spend the rest of my life studying just what you brought me. But as a quick assessment, a lot of these seem to be ritual objects, totems and the like, suffused with magic. Castora must have had a deep religious significance to them, but the specifics will take time to tease out.
It sounds like an answer isn't going to be that easy then.
It seems unlikely, but I promise to report anything I can uncover quickly. Oh, one more thing, Commander. If you wouldn't mind asking Iskarin if he could talk with me for a bit. I'd love to pick the brain of an actual seer to help me put this all together.
So would I.
Also, one thing that's very interesting to point out, they did have like kind of a similar process in the Wizard's Tower with the Astral Ward. Zoja went through a process of ascension as well. But it did come at a cost of, like, I'm guessing the memories. So it was kind of like a different variation of it, I'm going to assume.
Learned anything useful?
More confirmation that the Seers were doing something significant here, but not much about what it was.
We've beaten around it for long enough, Commander. It's time to find Isgarin and make him give us some answers.
Iskarin, are you there? It's urgent. Well, now what?
Didn't mean to eavesdrop, Commander, but it sounds like you're looking for Iskarin. I caught a glimpse of him heading off to the west a few hours ago. Didn't stop by camp first or anything.
Well, that's the best lead I've had in a while. Thank you.
Why do I always do this? I see an opportunity first.
This piece of inert shadowstone is chipped. Its edges sharp and jagged like glass. I wonder how large the original piece was. So now we're just exploring this area to find any hints of Isgarin. Hold on. The Inquest wants to fight me from afar, which is annoying. This is actually the location of where the meta event happens, where you fight one of the Seneschal, and it's actually a really good fight too. The statue is labeled the Balance of Souls. Hold on. Are you serious right now? I am trying to read. Go away. Anyways. Oh, now I missed out on reading the lore. I hope you're happy. Look at the freaking aggro range on these guys. It's a huge circle. So I guess if I don't want to fight them, I'm gonna have to like pull them from afar with my ranged weapon, which is a greatsword. Please, I just want to read the lore to my audience. Okay.
Castora really is an awe-inspiring place.
The statue.
I wish I were here under better circumstances.
The statue stares up at you defiantly, despite being mostly buried. The face is carved indistinctly enough that you suspect this statue represents a concept, not a specific seer. Dig around for clues about the statue. You find a damaged inscription on the statue. All that's legible is the phrase, Watcher of the Stars. I guess that is what it's doing now. You've got to be kidding me. I just destroyed you. I just killed you and you spawned back that quickly. Meanwhile, this guy knows to not mess with me. Until I, like, walk around the corner. The battered remains of an inquest golem lies in a pile on the forest floor. Something here did not take kindly to its presence. Was this a Scarin? Or was it something else? This enchanted seer weapon lies on the ground, unmoving but still faintly glowing with magic. Did Isgarin dispatch this, or was it the inquest? This tome is written in the seer language, but its condition was too pristine to be from here. We count ourselves among the stars. We do not debase ourselves in worship of the heavens, but aspire to the heavens ourselves. Though not all of us will make it, it is better to fall at the gate of glory than to live life mired in the dirt. It goes on for pages in the same fashion.
Infuriated.
This small Asuran instrument pulses and flickers in time with the movements of nearby pools of seer magic. They're tracking sources of magic, but to what end? Oh neat, a strange rock. A strange looking rock sits before you. It almost appears to be leaking. Take a closer look. As you lean in, something emerges from underneath the rock. Of course it does. Oh. It took me out in an explosion. Fun. Alright. Where else do we need to look? Where else am I missing? Here? You know what? It's probably easier to get around with the sky scale. Oh. Thought I did the door. I guess not. Magic
Some
hums.
interesting clues, but still not what I need.
Magic hums across the surface of the door. Sealing it tightly, it is unclear if it's meant to keep intruders from entering or keeping something within from escaping. Well, I doubt he went this way.
Health increasing.
I think that might be connected to the meta event in order to get in there. I'm not sure. I'll have to... Next time the event happens, I'll have to, like, check that. There it is.
Fangs out, blade sharp. As clockwork night struck.
Judging by the nearby corpses, it appears that the inquest stole this crate from the Priory, then met their end when they tried to touch the objects within. Must not have realized that they were warded by the seers. Woe, curse upon thee. That's what happens when you don't return the slab. You suffer the curse. I must admit, I hope that that statue did not glitch out. Because sometimes it will kick you out of X when you get attacked too many times. I'm really hoping that's not the case. And I'm just missing one more. I feel like one of these has to be a point of interest, the drills. No. Yeah, this area isn't exactly easy to comb out because of all the enemies that also spawn very quickly. There we go.
For the record, you've been struck.
Destroy this message immediately when you read it. I can't stress
Vitality
that
restored.
enough. You could get us both killed, or worse.
Vengeance stirred
You need
within
to
her
try
heart.
to get reassigned. Use whatever excuse you need to, but do it quickly. I overheard Seth
Be
talking.
gone,
He's
little
going to try
pest,
to
she said.
control the Seneschal, like one of his pets. Whether he succeeds or fails, it's bad news for anyone around there at the time. Get away while you still can.
Something has really stirred up the magic over there. Seems like as good of a lead as I'm going to get. What could have done this? I haven't seen it this agitated anywhere else on Castora.
I am not gonna fight you. You are a
magic here
champion.
is
I do not want to
definitely
fight you.
reacting to something. Or to someone.
There he is. My blue bald boy.
Iskarin, I've been looking for you.
Ah, Wayfinder, good. I would welcome some assistance.
I found him. Finally. We're at the entrance to the temple.
The other two are off on some nonsense, but I'll be there soon.
You've been gone for a while. There's a lot we need to discuss.
There will be time for that. But I'm on the trail of something, so discussion will have to be tabled for now.
This is it, huh?
Indeed. A sacred temple of my people built in better times. No outsider has ever set foot within before now.
Don't think that's true. We didn't get here first.
Then let's get inside and get some answers before it's too late.
Oh, you could just, you know, clip through the door like that.
Place.
Hangs out, blade sharp.
Unlikely to be the last resistance we face. Let's get moving while we have a window.
Ah, so it appears the defenses are still active. Not at full strength, clearly, or you would not have survived.
How lucky. Best we move carefully.
Or I could just trigger every single one in here.
More of them.
They swarm like flies on a corpse.
Infuriating. The mad scarlet yacht. Council held times most dire.
So a bit of a mini dungeon. Instant. Which is kind of refreshing.
Adolescents never forsaken. Let's keep moving. Hopefully there will be answers further in.
I fear you will be disappointed.
What, on the resistance or no, or answers?
This is more than a token force. Something of value must still be here.
Just skip all the traps just by gliding over them.
Tombs. I didn't expect to find these inside a temple.
Some deaths have more spiritual significance than others.
Let's see what we got here.
The inscription is too worn to be legible.
Alright, fine. Keep your secrets as Scarn. We've been through this. We've been through, like, 2 expansions of you being like this. We're used to it.
Lost in the rite of Divitium Nava. Fallen on the doorstep of divinity.
More defenses? How did the inquest not set them off already?
Because this one was intended for me.
Ouch.
Power flows to the weapon through the ritual relics. They must be disrupted.
Okay, right. It does not give swiftness, only quickness. Okay, that's one. What is hitting me? Is it the laser beam? That's not fun. I can't do it quick enough because that's not how the UI is. It's not a very quick UI. Yeah, okay, I can't be in the laser beam. Okay, I gotta be up here, I guess. There we go.
Fangs out, blade sharp. Accelerate. Council held times most dire. Vengeance stirred within her heart.
Yeah, so far some of the champion-based fights in this have not been very forgiving.
It's about time. Health increasing. Oaths and lessons never forsaken. The mad scarlet yacht. Accelerate.
Like, some of the attacks are just not well telegraphed, in my opinion. Like, what exactly was, like, consistently, like, doing chip damage at me? Was it the shield? We also had that similar issue with the one in the Inquest base where you get stunned for a good 1.5 to 2 seconds. And then, boom, like, you're almost dead.
Getting pretty tired of the surprises.
This ritual, it's what you used for the wizard's court, isn't it?
The rite I performed on my fellow wizards is a more subdued, precise version, but they are similar, yes.
And this Ancora it mentions? You know what that is too, don't you? And where it is, I'm sure.
It is the staff that the rite requires, an object of immeasurable power. And no, I have not located it yet.
You knew this is what they were after this whole time. We've been fumbling in the dark while you kept this to yourself.
I did not know. I merely suspected. But if they are not seeking it, then better that no one else know of it either.
Have you forgotten Mabon's words already? From now on, if you want to be part of this, you give us the entire truth.
Surely we can at least save such ruminations for when we return to a safer location?
It's lucky for him that you're here. I'm not as diplomatic as you are. What do you make of all this?
It seems like we found an answer, but bigger questions along with it. It appears that Phlox is seeking to ascend like the Seers did, but we still don't really know why. Power is a means to an end, not an end itself. All we really know about his actual goals is what he's told you. I think he's telling you the truth, but implementing a noble vision is always where it falls apart. Maybe we can steer him away from disaster still. Maybe even bring down the inquest in the process.
What's our next move?
Next, we get back to camp and ring Isgarin for every bit of info we can get. This Ancora is clearly essential to performing the rite, so we need to find it first. Once we have it, we'll have all the leverage and we can make things happen on our terms. We can decide on the specifics later, once we know more. No reason to rush those decisions.
More accolades.
Alright. We do have another BRB coming up real soon. Another ad break. So I will take advantage of that. A good stopping point. Usually if I don't hit a good stopping point, or a good break point, then I'll just be like, alright, well, I'll just run the ads through. But since, you know, we just reached the end of this particular instance, like, I think this is a good, like, good BRB. Refresh drinks and whatnot. So we'll be right back. And you know the rules? Don't buy a thing. Alright, and we are back.
If you can hear me, I know about Ancora.
You're a quick study, Commander.
Are you planning to empower yourself like the Seers did?
In the short term, but not forever. I've no desire for power or legacy. It's enough that I do good, even if I'm forgotten.
And what would you do with that power?
I can't know exactly what the optimal strategy will be yet. The rite will give me insight beyond what I have now, and I will adjust my plans accordingly. But my goals will remain unchanged. I'm going to return control of Tyria's future to her people. The next generation of those like you.
I can't let anyone use Ancora, Phlox. I've seen what power like this does to people. It's too dangerous. I need you to trust me. We will find a better way. We can keep Tyria safe together.
Very well. If that's how you see it, we will speak again soon.
Alright. So at this part of the story, there was that one collection that we had to do. The very time-consuming one that I had to do over the course of 2 days. Of just, you know, casual playing and whatnot. It was a doozy. But it did give us a way to, like, explore the map a little bit more intricately. But it was rough for the grottos, for sure.
You should have told us at the start. I need answers, Isgarin. Now.
I thought Castora to be impenetrable to the Inquest. Their goals futile. But this director is smarter than I anticipated. If he seeks Ancora, if he understands what it is and what it does, I dampen the memories of my wizards to ensure that they are of unbiased mind when they obtain that power. Vlots would keep his. And this version of the rite is raw. It is how I ascended. It does not belong in the hands of a fanatic.
Then we need to find it before he does. You're a seer. Where's the staff cat?
I don't know. Entire eras have come and gone since I was last here.
Fine. If the inquest pushed this far into the forest, we know it's somewhere here or deeper inside. I'll check with PTM too. He might know if they found anything.
I do gotta wonder, back in Living Story Season 2, with Omad's machine, I wonder if that was like a... like, a kind of glimpse into also like what the Ascension is like. Because Vlox didn't mention that, like, hey, you were in Omad's machine and you saw everything. So I wonder if that connects back somehow.
PTM.
Or
Have
relates.
there been any updates on whether Vlox has found, whatever it is he's looking for?
Most objectives are still listed as open, although a handful now say empty. We have not located the object. Perhaps the archaeological sites could provide more information for your search, Commander. Digging is a fun activity. Limitless potential for discovery.
Thanks, PTM. I'll do that.
And also, I gotta wonder if he maybe tried to tinker with Omad's machine at one point and got a glimpse too. Because he seemed like he was like on the same page as I was. Almost. Or maybe he heard that I used Omad's machine. And, you know, it's just like, you might actually have insight for a better... for the vision of a better world I have.
They're turning this place into an antiquary's haven. The culture of my people plundered and turned to profit.
The Seneschal is slowing them down, at least. We should thank it for holding them off this long.
Such a crude fate. Stuck protecting this place until Sidney's shackles fall. He only sought self-preservation. Don't let my ire distract. Did you locate anything else of note?
I did find these runes. When I touched them, I saw... images. Felt a little warm, too. Definitely active magic.
Runes? Where were they?
Embedded into rocks, or maybe they were shrines. Spread out across the coast and forest. I found 3.
Describe them to me.
And again, that correlates back to the collection that I did off stream. One was in a flooded coastal cave. It held a subdued but immense power.
Scudo, the shield. Every trap, weapon, and threat that reacts to our presence is powered by that rune. Even the fog that surrounds this island.
Another was high on a ledge to the north. Its magic was overwhelming.
That would be Falta. It refers to those who have not been granted permission to enter these grounds.
One was hidden in a grotto east of here. I thought I heard a voice when I touched it.
Santuro, the sacred place. It is in reference not only to the island, but to the sacred ritual grounds. While the threats we faced have been immense, they will only get worse the farther we travel inland. These are binding runes. Each represents a different facet of a very immense spell. These images that you saw, did they evoke anything?
reminded me of that plaza. I was there earlier, trying to find you.
The plaza? Yes, of course. If I can locate the hook, perhaps I can channel a seeking spell.
Meaning?
You need to get us to the plaza.
Okie dokie. Also, yeah, the skimmer can now glide on ley lines. That's part of the mastery as well. Soon, every single mount will be able to ride ley lines. Except the Springer, because we don't like the Springer, apparently. Poor bunny. Oyster of Stars. Ooh, that's a very pretty... That's a very pretty, loading screen.
So what are we doing here?
When someone casts a spell that requires multiple binding runes, it demands a lot of the caster. That essence clings to the air. If I can grab hold of the point where the spell was originally cast, we may be able to witness when the runes were conjured. Let me concentrate. It'll make more sense if I can show you. I hear it. Come, we find it.
I feel 6 feet tall! It's you.
It's you.
You are ignorant. Am I to leave all who turn to us for help to crumble? We already abandoned the Versat to battle Site 10 alone.
The Coden voice was not going to die. She was simply not ready to wield the power that stood before her. So you gifted her ours. What logic guided you toward that choice?
I saved her soul from Coda's claws.
You mutilated our power to your will. You turned the right of divinity into a parlor trick. You betrayed us, Iskarin, and this is but the peak of your ever-building sedition. Time and time again, you chose yourself. Especially now, as the Massad seek our blood. I cannot allow your negligence to flourish as war rages against us.
Sidoney, listen to reason. I have never stepped against you.
You are too great a risk and must be struck from this place. You are not of my flock any longer.
You need me!
You are banished, Iskarin. Exiled from our people. No home, no belonging, no asylum. My Seneschal will attack you. Your mind will fail you. If you touch Ancora again, your flesh will burn.
He did a little spin.
Scudo, Falta, Santuro.
I knew you were exiled, but he cursed you?
And he left all this to punish and mock me. Am I so theatrical to you now, Wayfinder?
A little.
From the fog that surrounds this place to every trap left behind, it is a stronghold built to keep me out. It simply proved effective at keeping everyone else away too. Until now.
That explains why you tolerated a 2-week stay on Saida's ship.
If I could fix any of this myself, I would have long ago.
Wait, he's moving.
We must abandon this place before war reaches our shores. It is time. Perhaps the tree.
Although fading, the final flickers of his essence drift southward.
Is that where the artifact is? Can you follow it?
I should be able.
Then let's go.
I mean, it does give a little bit more context as to why he's so very heavy on being just neutral ground. But that exile probably also saved him from being wiped out as well. And now here he is, assuming the last seer alive. I just wish that we kind of got this context a little bit
and it's so closely
sooner.
entwined with the wildlife as well. I need to get samples for closer study before they're diluted by our presence here.
Like in Janthir Wilds, for example.
Your skinner should be outfitted for it now.
Because it felt like that we kind of tolerated his, like, true neutral stance on everything for quite some time. But then again, you know, he's a very secretive person, so it makes sense that it takes a while to actually get to this point. Again, I always make the comparison that he's supposed to be kind of like our Mordenkainen from, you know, Mordenkainen from Dungeons and Dragons. He's supposed to be like this neutral ground of, like, don't touch anything. If you do, I'm going to be very angry with you, and I'm going to make you fix it. That kind of deal.
Should be near. Even though my senses are dulled, I can hear the low echo of Ancora's call.
Let's spread out and find a way in.
I still remember this part freshly. Right here.
I think I found the entrance.
See? It's right there.
Strange Sidenes spell. I didn't know the way, and yet there it is, nestled in my memory. How prosaic.
Nasty magic.
Indeed. Now, my people were as theatrical as they were pragmatic. By the looks of it, the door is sealed by a tiered balancing charm. To enter, we'll need to manually activate each tier to disengage the lock. The activation points shouldn't be too far. But since we don't have a Vault Keeper in our presence, you will need to activate the Wayfinder. I worry what it might do if I tried.
I'll start looking.
Alright. This is still very fresh in my mind, so... And thankfully, these parts are kind of still fresh in my mind, because it did take me a while to figure out what was going on.
I felt that.
You'd think the Seers would reinforce their territory a little more securely, given everything they've left behind.
These defenses were always meant to be a temporary safeguard. Sidney hoped that he'd return should the Mersat fall, but he before they.
To their credit, only we've made it this far. Careful. Who knows what's waiting for us in there? Or do you, Iskarin?
I do not, but I echo your caution, Tribune. Follow me, and try not to touch anything unless I instruct you to.
Impressive.
Reminds me of Alona. Thousands of years of secrets buried away in the sand.
When you've been in one ancient tomb, you've seen them all.
You hanging in there?
This place is drenched in Sidney's spite. I can sense his grimace through the veil.
Sure wanted to keep you out, huh?
I broke rules and was punished for it. I'm not undeserving by my people's standard, that is. I shouldn't interact with anything. You must search on my behalf.
Yeah, otherwise you might explode.
Use a delicate hand.
What's this saying?
Probably not our artifact, if it's just sitting out.
A key.
It's a staff we're looking for, right, Iskarin?
A pretty sword.
Don't touch it, Wayfinder. Not unless you want all your vital fluids to evaporate in an instant.
Yes. I know about the fabled horn of dehydration. One toot, and you're dehydrated for good. Powerful stuff.
A lot of scrolls in here. Wonder if the Astral Ward or Dermont Priory could preserve them.
Now, it kind of almost looks like they're just kind of showcasing, like potential, like, weapon skins. I don't know if these are already existing in the game already or not, but I could definitely see, like, in a future part of Visions of Eternity, they're just like, yeah, you can make these now.
I wonder if
they are
the
kind of neat
Seers had
looking.
any idea that their creations would cause so much strife.
Like, that could be a shield. I can also see it where it's like kind of like the Boreal weapons, where it's like there's different tiers of it, where like you have the inactive and then an active state version.
Beautiful. No mention of Davidium Nava. Well, we're definitely in the right place, but we need to go farther inside.
An echo grows louder. Perhaps, yes, we must go deeper. This vault is sealed by Shadowstone. Ancient seer magic used to store immense power.
Like Bloodstone, yeah?
One inspired the other, so to say. But Shadowstone is far more powerful and more pure. Inert as it is now, the stone is useless. But my heritage serves our purpose. I can form the magic that the stone feeds on. Wayfinder, you'll need to collect the coalesced energy and deposit it in the stone. Even inert, it reaches for me, and it's ravenous. I will begin. Prepare yourselves.
Fangs out, blade sharp.
You know what's kind of funny is that the NPCs are actually pretty competent enough to actually handle this on their own. They should have snuck in an achievement where you just do nothing and you let them kill it. And just call it, and I helped. And all you have to do is just pick up the magic. But it's much quicker to do it this way anyway. Obviously.
Proceed.
I'm no stranger to spelunking, but this one feels different. Is it colder in here?
We are likely the first living beings to enter this place in a millennium. The magic senses us. It's curious. Sense its shadow stone. Spun with our blood.
This is it, isn't it?
Woven from mist. It is revolted by my essence. Wayfinder. Who are you?
Incredible.
Do you deserve this?
Does anyone else hear that?
Oh yeah, I do. Got a hell of a lot louder when you picked it up, too. I am not a fan.
Those who crafted Ancora sacrificed a piece of their essence to it. You are hearing all of them, all at once.
Staff's haunted.
Sounds way too powerful to be tucked away on some island.
Suddenly thought its destruction would mark our demise. Otherwise it would have been destroyed long ago. Do you wish to ascend?
What was that?
I don't know, but let's get eyes on whatever it was.
You don't see the necessity of my path yet. But you will, Commander. You're results-oriented. Always have been. That's fine. You'll come around.
No, I won't.
Seb, keep them occupied.
I'll handle it. Get out of here.
Take your time.
Well, we get to beat the shit out of this guy. Finally. Ooh.
Looks like you've got this under control.
Are you leaving already?
Yeah, just like you left me on that beach to be eaten by a crab.
Don't assume I need you, Kuda, because I don't. Stand down. I want to have my fun first.
I can cast a ward, but not much else. The explosion released. Oh. You must.
Of course, you have your own Mac.
And lessons never forsake not your return. The mad scarlet yacht. Council held.
Blocks and I will carve a new path.
Oop. Well, the fight was going smooth until the missiles came into play.
Vitality restored. As clockwork night struck. Accelerate. Fangs out. Blade sharp.
Everything is going to change.
Impossible.
Oh, okay, that did not go according to plan.
Won't anyone help?
Thanks, Ritlock.
Vengeance stirred within her heart.
It's not your turn.
Blooms the spider war. Tempting eye. Be gone, little pest, she said.
There we go. That's how you dodge it.
You useless machine. I will end this myself. 5,
Eyes on the
7,
raptors.
to my side. 6 feet tall. Wounds and lessons never forsaken.
Now for the other one.
Eyes on the raptors.
Okay. Okay, it faked me out on that, okay.
Hangs out. Blade sharp. Get up. Health increasing. Barrier raised against mantle brought. I promise to utilize your innards in my next innovation.
Okay, I definitely had enough for when I was playing as Antiquarian to break the bar, but apparently not as of a door.
Desist, my dears, or you'll be dead. Oh, and blessings never forsaken.
All it really does is make it so you have a longer window of beating him down.
The mad scarlet yacht. Get back up. Perfect. Unshakable.
There we go.
Just surrender! Health increasing!
As Clockwork Knight struck.
Back to finish them! Not me! Mindless fools! Not me!
Good job, you two.
What do we do with them?
Put them out of their misery.
No. We should free them. Seb's dead, so I don't know if they pose any danger now. And this is their home.
Yeah, surely this will not have any ecological consequences on Castora, having cybernetic cyborg dinosaurs.
You can go. Go.
No consequences at all. You good? You need an ibuprofen?
Iskaran, blink for me, please.
My well-being is the least of our worries now.
Well, the annoying one is dead. We won a battle.
Yeah, but Vlox has the staff.
Let's get Iskaran out of here first. Then we can figure out what to do.
Now we gotta go back to the ship.
Time to figure out our next steps.
Allow me to set the stage. We've got an idealistic genius with menacing but vague aspirations on the run. Oh, and his inquest. And now he has a staff that will grant him potentially limitless power, and grant others the same. Have I missed anything?
That's about it, yeah. And we still don't know what he wants to do with it all.
At least you killed the snarly one. Seb, was it? The patrons of Pub Canuck have had a lot to say about him.
If Vlox could perform the rite with just the staff, he'd have done it already. What else does he need?
Deeper in the island, there is a well of immense power. It is where Ancora was crafted, and where our rituals were performed. He must take Ancora to those grounds first, if he wishes to perform the rite.
You think he knows how? Can a non-seer actually pull this off?
It would not be an easy feat, but it is not impossible. And he has proven his cunning at every turn. The Cryptus were driven by gluttony and revenge. The Titans by instinct. We don't know what drives Phlox. And now he wields one of the most dangerous conduits in Tyria. And we don't know what he seeks to do with it. He is a very real threat to us, and all of our people. Now we must stop him before his aspirations turn it all to ash.
Before I say anything else, I must thank you for disposing of Seb for me. In the end, his cruelty far outweighed his usefulness. He will not be missed. I regret that things have gone this way, Commander. You deserve better. But circumstances have dictated my choices for me.
You need to stop this, Vlox, while there's still time.
That there is still time is exactly why I must continue. The future of our world is at stake. Tyria has survived a dozen crises because of you. We may not survive the next if we don't act now. I am still not your enemy. I hope you will see that soon enough. But for now, I must continue onward, regardless.
You don't have to do this, Vlox.
I do, Commander. Someone must. And no one else will.
And that is Act 2. Unfortunately, we gotta wait a while before the next part comes out. Which is a shame. But let's check in with everyone before we wrap this up. Commander, care to talk some sense into our dear pirate queen? Don't sign me up to mediate.
Are you ready to admit I was right about blocks?
Not at all. Have you forgotten your first meeting with the commander? You tried to turn them into Joko for a bounty.
That was different.
It was. You didn't even believe you were saving the world by doing so.
It was a mistake, and one I've more than atoned for.
Exactly. Which is precisely why it is too early to pass definitive judgment on Director Vlox.
Ah, you're an ass.
I humbly accept your concession, my dear.
You cheeky bastard. You cheeky cactus. Wayfinder, what are you thinking?
I once thought that I knew the solution to each of the world's problems.
You don't?
It's impossible to know.
That's it? Okay. Ritlog, buddy, what do you got to say? I got a bad feeling about this. Certainly got a lot more questions than answers.
No matter how noble the vision, no one should have this kind of power.
No kidding.
I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. What do you think he wants to do with it anyway?
He said he wanted to return Tyria's destiny to the hands of her people. Still not sure what that entails.
Yeah, it's just not lining up for me yet. Especially since a part of the Arcane Council was on board. Even if Flax financed this, Vlox isn't a big fan of the Council. Whatever he sold them on was a false bill of goods.
Guess we should catch Ludo up, if we can get a decent signal to the mainland.
I'll take care of that. Wanted to see if I could touch base with Kree anyway.
Alright. Let's see if I can find a nice spot to perch. Talk about all this. Alright. So then. Yeah, that was Act 1 and Act 2. I think the next part is coming out in I believe February. Either February or January. I'm not sure. But I'm pretty intrigued by our Antag's mystery going on. Along with like the whole, we get a whole new area to explore. Nothing really tied too much to like original Guild Wars, because a lot of the other places like Alona or Cantha, like that, that was Guild Wars 1 stuff. That was like factions and Nightfall. And then Janthir Wilds, like that was also kind of like part of Guild Wars 1 as well. Guild Wars 1 covered a lot of ground. It never came to this area. So it's kind of nice that they're trying to like build the lore and not just kind of lean on old stuff as much. I think there's potential. I really hope that they don't pull what they pulled the last two times, which was a strong start with very cool concepts and whatnot, and then weak finish. Like, the Titans did not feel all menacing near the end, and that boss fight for Janthier Wilds was kind of not good. Actually, it was not good at all. It was just 3 veterans or elites that you just beat down on, and it was White Mantle, like generic White Mantle people. In terms of like movesets and whatnot, it wasn't interesting. And then Soto had the issue of, honestly, like, I think Secrets of the Obscure would have been a lot more interesting if we had like a twist villain, maybe. Like Patha ended up being actually betraying us at one point, but it also kind of didn't feel good. A lot of the progression in Soto was a major weak point too, where it's just like a lot of like the stuff that you had to do to get through the story was awful. And also the fact that like they had to tie the meta event to actually get actual story stuff was not good either. So I'm hoping that, you know, they've, you know, third time's a charm, whatnot, yada yada yada. So I'm hoping that they do learn their lesson and do better with this one. Otherwise, this is not looking good for them. But yeah, I'm noticing that my bitrate is getting choppy for stream, so that means, well, guess I'm gonna be holding off on some stuff. But I hope that you guys stick around for next time as we do more Visions of Eternity in the future.